There's a silence in the Trans-Pecos that you can't find anywhere else in the Republic. It's a vast, echoey kind of quiet that makes you feel every heartbeat. And somewhere in those limestone rim rocks and deep cactus-choked draws, there's a creature that's more ghost than beast. He's bigger than a whitetail, more stubborn than a javelina, and he's got ears that can hear a boot click from 3 canyons away. Howdy, friend. I'm Spitz, and this is Feed Bandit, the Texas First Outdoors podcast. Today we're heading west to talk about the gray ghost of the high desert, the Texas mule deer. We're breaking down the technicals of the spot and stalk, the science of the desert diet, and why chasing muleys is a test of a man's grit and his patience. Pull up a chair. We've got a lot of ground to cover. Now, whether you're gearing up for a late season draw, or you're just looking back at a hunt that's already in the books, you have to understand that a muley's life is governed by the drought and the monsoon. In the high desert, spring isn't about bluebonnets. It's about the brief window when the cactus blooms and the protein levels in the mountain mahogany and oak brush spike. Take a look at the recent trends across the Pecos. We're seeing the habitat start to recover in pockets, but mule deer management is a decades-long game. When we see a wet cycle, we see better fawn survival, but that doesn't show up on a buck's head for 5 years. That's why we stay evergreen in our management. We don't manage for this season, we manage for the next generation. Whether you're on a managed ranch in the Panhandle or public dirt in the Sierras, the rules of the desert stay the same. Respect the moisture and respect the age structure. Let's get technical. Hunting mule deer isn't a hobby, it's a physical challenge. If you're going to go toe-to-toe with a mature buck in the rim rock, your gear and your tactics have to be flawless. Technical tip 1, the glassing game. Most hunters walk too much and look too little. In the high desert, your binoculars are your primary weapon. You need 10 by 42s or even 12 by 50s on a tripod. Don't just scan, you've got to dissect the shade. A muley buck is a master of finding that one sliver of shadow under a cedar or a rock ledge where he can vanish. Grid the mountain. Look for the horizontal line of a back or the flick of an ear. Spend 4 hours looking for every 1 hour walking. Technical tip 2, the wind and the draw. The wind in West Texas doesn't just blow, it swirls. When you're planning a stalk, you have to account for the thermal shift. In the morning, the air rises as it warms. In the evening, it drops into the canyons. If you start your stalk at 10 a.m., you better be above the deer. If you're moving at dusk, you need to be below him. If he smells you once, the hunt is over for the day. He won't just move, he'll move to the next zip code. Technical tip 3, the long-range reality. In the brush of East Texas, a 100-yard shot is long. In the desert, a 300-yard shot is standard. You need a flat-shooting caliber, .270 7mm mag, or the 6.5 PRC. But it ain't just about the gun. You've got to know your dope, your data on previous engagements. You should know exactly where that bullet is at 200, 300, and 400 yards. And remember, the air is thinner and drier out west. It affects the flight. Practice in the wind, because in the Trans-Pecos, the wind is your constant companion. Technical tip 4, hydration and electrolytes. It sounds simple, but desert dehydration is the #1 cause of failed stalks. You lose moisture through your breath before you even feel the sweat. You need a gallon of water a day, minimum, and you need to be packing salt and potassium. If your muscles cramp halfway up a 2,000-foot ridge, you aren't just out of the hunt. You're in a survival situation. Why do we subject ourselves to the cactus and the heat and the long, lonely drives to the middle of nowhere? Philosophy time. Preserving the tradition of the mule deer hunt is about respecting the grit of the animal. A muley buck survives in a place that's trying to kill him every single day. He finds water where there shouldn't be any and thrives in a landscape that's as beautiful as it is brutal. Protecting the legacy means being okay with the big empty. It's about understanding that we don't conquer the desert. We just endure it for a little while. When you're standing on a ridgeline at sunset and the whole world turns orange and purple, you realize that the trophy is just the excuse. The real prize is the perspective. It's the realization that Texas is still a place where a man can get lost and find himself all at the same time. We chasten the gray ghost because he reminds us that we haven't tamed the world just yet. And God willing, we never will. So what do you think of that? Are we right on target, or did we totally miss the boat on that one? Email us at howdy@feedbandit.com and let us know either way. And don't forget to check us out at feedbandit.com and grab some gear to show off your Texas first outdoors pride. Preserve the tradition, protect the legacy, and remember, always support your local feed store. If you're there for them, they'll be there for you when you need them the most out in the field. Stand tall, fellow Texian. We'll talk soon.